Kyrgyzstan, the COVID crisis came in waves. In fact, the first wave was the Chinese lockdown. And in fact, the Chinese lockdown also had effects and impact on the trade flows in Kyrgyzstan, which then had a loss of revenues, and then you had a fiscal gap which was created. We're talking about 6% of GDP. So this is enormous for Kyrgyzstan. The second wave came with the lockdown, when we had the first cases, COVID pandemic cases. And that's when you started seeing, in fact, social economic impact on people who were made temporarily unemployed, who had no way of getting out. And obviously that's when the social protection should come in. The response, in fact, was both at policy level, working with the government on how to do it, how to handle it, how to make the measures, and working in 4 different groups. They were set up immediately. One on macrofinancial assistance, one on health, one on food security and social protection, and then the last one on private sector and SMEs. We were in all of them, and we are still in all of them, working every week together with the authorities to try to make the best response. Our response has been, in fact, with EU package of 36 million, more than 36 million euro. 30.8 million, in fact, are in budget support, supporting in social protection and education, digitalization. And the other part is working, in fact, with our partners, with the civil society, with our implementing partners on projects. And we've had some amazing responses. With some of them have been on gender-based violence with Spotlight Initiative, where we really have seen an increase in domestic violence, and unfortunately. Some of them have been PPE, simple pragmatic PPE for border guards and customs officers. And then we've had webinars, creative e-learning initiatives, webinars for journalists and on how to cover the crisis, but also how to fight the fake news. We worked so much more together, in fact, with the government. We had these meetings every week with the minister, the deputy ministers, intersectoral, interministerial, with the development partners who wanted to be in, out. You could click and then participate and be active participants. So this was very good. One of the negative things is that with this dynamic, sort of energetic way of working together every day, in fact, somehow, it was very quick, and we did not manage to get the civil society in. And that's really something that we have to work on, because if we get a second wave, we have to be ready to find a way of getting the civil society in again. And then for us, and it's not only for us, but for the people, for the development partners, transparency is key, because this is a time where you can go very quickly and you forget to sort of talk about it, and then it becomes an issue at one point. We have to have accountability. We have to have transparency.